And here we go, Pankration Philosophy, episode 161. What's up? Hello, everybody. Hello, viewers on YouTube, and hello, listeners on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Stitcher. Thank you. Like, subscribe, do those things, and thank you to the people that support me on Patreon. That's patreon.com. You can find us at patreon.com/Pankration. That's Pankration spelled Pankration. Shout out to the sponsoring philosophers. We got Shiloh Cleofe, we have Ryan Big Wang, and we got Tom Kravitz. Thank you guys for supporting the show, and you can support the show as well. Patreon.com, check it out. And you can also get merch on Spreadshirt.com, Pankration Philosophy, and look at that. You can also see Habrock Sports. They got MMA gear, BJJ gear. They got nutrition. Check it out. Habrock Sports. Use a promo code Pankration, and you'll get a little discount at the online store. All right. Those shout outs out the way. Also shout out to Floating Forest. Thank you for giving me the intro music for this show. And yeah, let's talk about my guest here. What's up, sir? What's your name?
I'll introduce myself. I'm Aristeo Miramontes. I don't know how you guys last name. Aspiring open mic comic.
Nice.
And that's all you need to know.
That's all. That's
the preface.
That's the preface. So I guess, how did you get that? How did your aspirations begin? Like from there.
I feel like everyone needs a creative outlet, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like open mics are good for if you think you're funny.
Yes.
So I guess I fell into that trap of thinking I'm funny.
So I guess in developing that, thinking that you're funny, how did it go from like thinking you're funny and then like, how about I go in front of some people and try it out? Like, how was that? How did you bridge that gap?
Oh, interesting. I don't know. I don't know. What's your favorite comic? I feel like when I first saw Bill Burr, I was like, that's cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
He's doing something different.
Got it.
Because, I don't know, I don't know what your first exposure to comedy was, but mine was like, just like, maybe like Iglesias.
Yeah,
and I
Gabriel
was like,
Iglesias, yeah.
This is cool and all, but I don't know, it's not, I don't know. Is this it? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know, not to be whatever.
No, I know what you're saying. Like, you saw it, you enjoyed it, but it didn't speak to you in the way that,
sure.
like Bill Burr. Like, so I guess, like, when you saw Bill Burr, what was it, something in particular about, like, what he was doing? Could you, like, say, like, hey, this is really interesting, like, from there? What was the hook?
I think the angst.
The angst. Yeah. Could you relate to it?
Yeah, because I feel like music has angst, all other art has angst, but I'm like, oh, okay, comedy has angst too. That's cool.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Yeah, and why not?
Why not?
It can be funny at the same time. If that's cool, why not?
Yeah.
So that was my first exposure. Yeah.
Okay. That was your first exposure. And then, so how goes, because there's like enjoying comedy, I think people, because comedy is pretty accessible, right, in terms of media, but then how did you go from enjoying comedy to then finding like venues or finding venues to do comedy in?
Yeah, I think I'm still at a point where it's like, I don't know, how do you find direction in life?
Yeah. You speak it into the ether.
That's true, but then you change your mind and you're like, I'm gonna speak this into the ether instead.
What was I doing that previous month?
Takesies, backsies. But yeah, I don't know. I think Seattle is cool, and I'm like, every time you go to, I think for like a year I just watched open mics, and you're like, dang, these people are cool. Yeah. And I'm like, I want to be cool. So I think that's how it went.
Okay.
But yeah, there's so many spots in Seattle. I got lucky that it's just a buzz or a hive. Yeah,
there was a hive. So in terms of that, when I guess you found like, and you were just watching, like, was it because it is for people that haven't seen open mic comedy, like how was that, I guess, transition, like from seeing like comedy sets and then seeing like live open mic comedy? Was like an adjustment period for you? Was it what you expected? Was it kind of surprising? I guess, like, what was some initial thoughts?
Like from watching open mics to starting them?
Yeah, from let's just start with like just from watching open mics. Yeah.
I think watching what did I see? I think I don't know, sometimes you're like watching someone and you're like, "Oh, I have a funny tag," or like I thought of something similar. So I don't know, I think it just evolves from there.
Okay.
A lot of it's arrogance, but
yes, as with most art.
But yeah, it is just an appreciation. I think that's where it's got to start from.
Okay.
But yeah, and then just going up and bombing for a year.
Yes.
Like heavily. So yeah.
A lot. So I guess in terms of I mean, talking about bombing, talking about like creating jokes, or like from there, like how was your initial, like how'd you initially go about that in terms of, all right, I'm gonna go up there and talk? How'd you come up with what to talk?
I think for like a year it was like, I didn't understand jokes. I think it's like if I have a premise and I'm like, oh, this is interesting, then I should go up and say it, and that should be enough for people.
Yeah.
But then I go up and it's like, I remember the first time I went up and the premise was like, people call Priuses are for pussies. I think the oil tycoons kind of spread that rumor. And then I went up and sort of pitched that. Yeah. And this chick was like, yeah. And then that's all I had.
Yeah.
Like follow up, and I'm like, oh, I forgot that you need a punchline. But that's just premises.
Yeah. So I guess in terms of premises, like, were you just like thinking, or I guess do you just think about jokes, and then do you have like a time where you're like, all right, time to put some thoughts like on paper here? Like, what's your, I guess, joke creation like process at this point?
Yeah, I feel like. Oh, sorry. Stuff on that. I think, like when you're with friends and you're like being dumb, you like try to act like you're philosophical or like you're breaking new ground. Yeah. So, and I think that's where it stems from, where you're like, I want to say some shit that's crazy, but that's not how that works usually. So, I don't know.
I guess, could you give like an example of that? Like,
I guess that was one of them. I'm like, am I breaking the lid on something here with let's see, what else? I don't know. I think a lot of times if you're like accepting of things like very accepting of like gay people or like black people, you try to give yourself credit for that in terms of like I don't know, like
I'm an ally.
Like I don't even care. That's how ahead of the curve I am.
I'm so woke.
Without even trying. So I think that's I forget your question, but
I was asking about premises, and like when you're with people and you're talking about how you're trying to get philosophical like with friends, and feel like I'm really breaking the lid with these thoughts here.
And a lot of the thoughts is just like you're isolated from like other people's perspectives, so you think you're like figuring it out all. I don't know. So I think that's where some premises come.
Got it. So it's kind of from you kind of come from a small sample size, so you're not quite. You're like, man, these people aren't even ready, and then you're like, and then you're like, oh wait, never mind.
You're rubbing your hands.
Just the the fish in the small pond kind of thing, going like,
yeah, for sure. And I don't know, I'm not a social person, so I think that is a smaller pond. If
it's a small.
But no, it's still fun regardless. It's humbling. So it's fun.
I guess like what's the thing that's been keeping you in it, I guess, because it's so, as you mentioned, you're not really getting you get some, but you're not really getting like the most positive feedback like from from everything. So I guess like what makes you say, oh, I'm gonna keep doing this? Like,
I think it's the positive feedback on the bits that matter.
Okay.
Because it's like you do a bit and you're like, this is really funny in my head, and then it's not, and then you like realize it's not funny. It's just like, I don't know. I've gotten groans at thoughts that I thought were like hilarious.
Yeah.
And then so I don't know. It's it's the validation on the bits that matter. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how you feel about that. I feel like I feel weird just talking about open mic comedy like I know anything.
Like you know anything. Just arrogance. But like I think the biggest thing is just doing stuff that you enjoy. Like from there, it's like I think it just kind of stems from like kind of what you're saying is like jokes that you find funny or thoughts that you find funny, and then just like seeing. Because I just see it the way like you have an idea, you have a premise, like whether it's a small sample size or whatever, and then it's a matter of like transforming that so that other people can see your viewpoint like from that. That's kind of the way that I see it when you're trying to bring something like on stage. Like, from that. Yeah.
But trying to have fun.
Yeah, trying to have it's because it's still got to be because I think it's got to be like you're not like pandering to people, but you're kind of having people. It's almost like you're convincing people to see it from your thought pattern. You see what I mean? Because I think when you're saying stuff, or pretty much anytime there's like kind of dialogue that's serving a purpose, especially like when you're on stand up, when you're doing stand up, you're trying to get illicit laughter, right? And you're using words and ideas and trying to get that laughter. So the way I see it, if I find something funny, I try to almost like think about, okay, why is that funny to me, and then how do I bring that about, like in having other people see that viewpoint in a way. Yeah,
and sometimes you gotta shelve things for a while if you're like, this isn't working. But I think you're right. I think it's lost in translation a lot. But like sometimes the feeling of it's funny is there, so you can't. I feel like that's the most important thing.
I think just having the feeling that it is funny, even if it's I think just keeping at it really for points that you're like, man, I feel like there is funny in here, I just haven't like opened it up yet, like from there etched it out, or it's like coconut, like you're like, well, once I get past this like hard shell, there must be something fun there. there must be. Yes.
Coconut, sweet coconut water. Just kidding. Coconut water is nasty.
Yeah, you don't like coconut water?
No.
Why?
Yes. It's just. Does anyone really, or is it just
I do.
A health craze? Oh, okay.
But I'm from like a tropical island, so that might be that might be why. Like what stems from you? Because I'm from the Philippines, but why don't you like coconut water? Like what does it taste like to you? Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how taste works.
How taste? I'm not sure how taste works.
But it's just nasty. I don't know. Maybe it's better chilled or like with like flavors. I don't know, lime or whatever. I don't know. Does it just feel nostalgic to you? Is that how that works?
I guess not really even like nostalgia. I'm not really, because I'm not really much for drinking like sweet things, or pretty much only drink water mainly. So if I drink like coconut water, that's already different enough from
indulgent.
It's like, oh man, look at me drinking coconut water. So I guess I don't really quite go out of my way but to drink it, but if it's like comes to like not being dehydrated, I'll drink coconut water.
Okay. But the flavor,
the flavor is like fine for me, but that's the thing, I'm used to like no flavor.
Okay.
Because I don't drink coffee, don't drink tea. I'm pretty much just drink water.
Oh, not a caffeine?
No, not a caffeine person. How about you?
I've heard worse, so I'm all right. I think
you're middle of the road for caffeine wise. Yeah.
I like balance it with other vices, like with weed and stuff. Coconut water. How does the water get in the coconuts?
How's the water get into the coconuts?
The rain, probably.
Yeah.
Is that how it works? Okay. Interesting. Huh.
It's similar to like how when you see like survival shows and they extract water like from a cactus, or something like that. Yeah. So it just stores up, like in there.
Oh, can you do that from a cactus as well?
Yeah.
Or is that just like? Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it's just like when the coconut specifically, it's just a matter of. So it's in the shell. It gets filtered, and then when you crack it open, that's how the water ends up getting distilled from that.
The three holes.
The three holes in the coconut.
Yeah.
No, really, how because you crack pretty much. you've to crack open a coconut, you pretty much have to cut into it like with a machete, essentially
really?
cracking it open, and then it has like a hard like outer shell, and then and then you shed from there, and then the fruit.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, it's quite a bit to get to a coconut. I don't know how the ancient people figured it out. Yeah,
that's kind of fun using a machete, having a reason to use one.
Yeah.
What about like coconuts at the store? Do you have to have a machete for that? Probably not.
Probably not.
Okay.
I don't think so. Well, I guess because I've seen my dad, so he has he would get like the coconuts and he would would chop it open, and there's this like tool that essentially kind of like shaves it. Let's see how to describe it. It's kind of like it's similar to like how you see like something that you like an ironing board kind of thing, but not quite an ironing board. It kind of just shells out the coconut like from there, because you pound it in the center, and then you shave. There's like a sharp point at the end, and then you shave off the coconut from there.
What's the point of that?
Oh, what's the point of shaving up the coconut?
Yeah.
Oh, it's to getting the filling of it. Because once you crack it open, because when you see the coconut flavor, that's the coconut meat. So that's how you extract it from the shell.
Coconut flesh.
Yeah, coconut flesh and coconut. Yeah.
That's a cool way to describe fruits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never thought about that, huh? Okay. Shaving a coconut, you can't just get a razor.
I mean, you can get a razor. No, but that's the thing, because it's not the outside of it. You're trying to extract the inside of it.
Oh, okay.
Like, from there. Yeah.
I'm assuming there's different types of coconuts, too.
Yeah, there are different types of coconuts.
It's a field of study.
Opening up, to
coconutology.
Study of coconuts.
Yeah, you're from the islands?
Yep, from the Philippines.
Okay.
Yeah, originally. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, and then my family moved out here. How about you, man? You from this area?
My parents are from Mexico, so I still have like a kinship to that. But I'm from here. Yeah.
You're from here. Okay. Yeah. How's that? So I guess in terms of that, like how was that like growing up with parents that came from like a different kind of culture?
I'm from a Mexican predominantly town in Washington, so it's like a halfway house between Mexico and like the rest of America. I don't know, it's great because it feels like you feel like everyone, even like white people who like don't care for Mexicans, get to appreciate Mexican culture, even if they don't like acknowledge it, like just racist white guy eating tacos and he's like, this is the best thing ever, and you're like, all right, this country's healing.
this country one taco at a time. the scars will heal.
We got to make them really good tacos though to fix all racism, but it's a cool culture. I really like it. I don't know. Did you get Filipino culture around here?
There's some Filipino culture here, but there's clearly because I grew up there till I was about like 10, 11 years old. So I knew.
Oh, okay.
So I knew like just the Philippines for a while, and then when I moved here, I'm like, oh, this is clearly not the Philippines. Like from there, so it was odd going from a place where you're the majority, and now you're like, oh wow, now I'm not. Like from the.
Oh, I see.
You see what I mean? So it was like a different kind of, it's different kind of culture in terms of like adjustment, like
just visually
from the just visually, like, oh man, there's a lot of white people around here. I was like, I didn't know people could get this pale, but and then environment wise, and I think that's the biggest thing, like seeing how, because I was just so used to like, all right, well, this is a common thing, here because everyone else is Filipino, and then now when we moved here, I'm like, talking to like white friends, I'm like, that's what you guys do around here? That's different.
Oh, okay.
Like, from there, yeah.
What's the exposure to like Western culture over there?
It's pretty big, like because we used to be the Philippines used to be an American colony, so and then we speak a lot of English like from there.
Oh, really?
So it's not like as if I came from like a deserted or an island that had no contact with like Western civilization. So there's pretty strong Western connection. I'd say probably maybe more so than like other like Asian nations. But like so as far as like assimilation wasn't, talking and that stuff was fine. It's just like, oh, now other like I guess like cultural norms in terms of like in terms of just like what's common practice is now is kind of different in terms of just in terms of adjustment. And then as a kid I had no way of like defining that in my head of like, okay, why do I feel out of place? But now looking back I'm like, oh yeah, I was just transported to like a different like culture and now expected to like I guess like expected to just like change, not really expected, but like now I'm like changing because I was developing as a person from there. Yeah.
Did you feel like have to act a certain way, or like you're
no, I don't really feel like, I never felt like, hey, you do this here, but it's kind of like I would like there'd be things that would be all right, this is what you do, just in terms of like like learning in school, and then I go back home, was like, hey, like mom and dad, like what's up with this, like that's just how the white people do it. Okay. you know from there I'm like, what? And then
it's fascinating. It's
fascinating. Yeah, man. why did they do it that way? Yeah. So it's just like so it was just interesting like seeing it like from two different viewpoints, at least two different viewpoints, like from there. Has that ever happened like to you?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like social interactions kind of stay the same in terms of different cultures now. I don't know if you think that. Like people greet each other kind of the same way.
Kind of like homogenous throughout cultures.
Yeah, I don't know. Like from my time in Mexico and then my time here, it's hard to say. I don't know, 'cause people are the same, man.
People are the same.
I guess the sense of humor is different.
Okay.
That's an important thing. I feel like Mexicans are more brash. With their sense of humor.
Yeah.
Cheesy.
Okay.
But I like it. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's a good way of communicating. Is that how does it feel like over in the Philippines?
Over in the Philippines,
like funniness.
Yeah, funniness. I think it's kind of similar to like to what you're saying. It's like I think Filipinos are more like there's just less politeness like from there. It kind of more brash, and it's like more, even though you don't necessarily know somebody, you just end up becoming more familiar with them. Like from there, just the way like you would greet somebody, like because like for example, you could just like like the way you would talk to a stranger, like you could just go up and like start talking to the stranger, whereas like from here, like you probably wouldn't. That'd be real weird. Like, hey, is this guy trying to rob me?
What's he selling?
Yeah, like from there. So I guess like that's kind of different. I can see, I can see like the cheesiness. And by cheesiness, what do you mean? Like when?
I guess maybe cheesiness in terms of like compared to, because I feel like maybe Western culture is like the apex of like, I don't know. That seems pretentious. Like, in terms of like, I don't know. We make the most movies. We make the most. So I feel like they kind of follow lead, but they have their own interpretation of it.
Okay.
And so they kind of like, I don't know, they like make fun of things in a way that's like, I don't know, cheesy, but they're having fun with it. I don't know.
Okay.
Like with Goku or something. I don't know. Goku's popular over there.
Yeah.
But no, if it's funny, it's funny. Right?
Yeah, if it's funny, it's funny. That's true. Okay.
That's how it is in Philippines, I imagine, in terms of like.
Yeah, at least from
cheesy.
At least from the way I've seen it, just in terms of I guess it's interesting because I never had to like quantify like what is like funny like from there, but just in a general kind of thing, I realize that that it is I think it's kind of I feel like it's just kind of more in your face, or I guess like not necessarily like abrasive, but like I know that the humor between like my between like family members amongst each other is like ribbing and like roasting, and then like just like that's just how they talk to one another, and I think that kind of displays when I see like Filipino like comedians like on stage, or however they present their jokes, kind of goes along with the culture like from there.
Yeah, I feel like roasting is it's viewed differently. Like here, it's like it's supposed to be like snappy one-liners, and then supposed to be glorious or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think in like Mexico and stuff, it's like intimacy or something.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's like we're friends, so
and that's how you show your friends by like roasting them. Yeah,
thick skin. Eventually.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Most of my friends are Mexican, but we're all in the same boat, I guess, so to speak.
Okay. Like you're all like Mexican, but like grew up here.
Yeah. And so it's references we all understand. Yeah, I don't know. Do you feel like you stay in your sort of same circle still?
In the same circle? I guess like the circle that I mainly stay like around, because I got involved like in martial arts like a lot, and I think I just like happened to be around like a lot of martial artists in that kind of way. So not I mean, I used to be involved, and I used to be like in like a Filipino youth group, but then I didn't really like keep track with like with those people there. But yeah, so I think mainly the big thing that has like guides my friend circles now is just like whatever they're doing, or it's like whatever projects like they're working on, and that's how I spend time with people, is like we're collaborating on like some kind of project.
Shared
like,
interest
from there, shared interest from there. Like
okay.
I sometimes see like people I used to know back in the day, but if we do hang out, it's like it's like not that often. Like, how about you?
I'm mostly like still friends with middle school friends.
Middle school friends,
yeah,
okay.
Because I feel like you're in the trenches
back
then, so
like,
that's
man, we grew up. we were out there, we did it. Yeah,
every day it's just dweebs, and then I don't know, taking shots. But shared interests, I think that's pretty important, and I feel like you have a lot of interests, so that helps a lot, right?
Yeah.
I'm wondering, martial arts, that's kind of a catch-all, right?
Yeah, kind of catch-all. Pretty much fighting. I like fighting people, and that's pretty much what the kind of people I hang out with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So in that kind of way. Yeah, and then that's, and I guess that's kind of like my kind of worldview from there. But yeah, how about you and your middle school dweebs? How you you guys still holding strong? I guess like how do you guys like stay connected? Like mainly.
Yeah, I mean, most live up here. Half. Yeah, social media. I think, I don't know. I think it's just a shared interest of like the same nerdy bullshit that you wouldn't talk about in like big social settings.
Got it. And when you say like nerdy bullshit, like what do you mean? Like,
it's just Pokemon.
Pokemon,
encyclopedic knowledge of that stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it's that's hard to find. So once you latch on to someone, you're just both talking nonstop. Yeah. So that's fun.
Cool. And I guess in Pokemon, there's like a lot of and Yu-Gi-Oh, there's a lot of there's a lot into that kind of media family like from there. So I guess like for you, like what aspects of Pokemon are you mainly involved in?
The games.
I think yeah.
Card games are definitely their own animal. They're
yes.
fun. Are you familiar? I don't know what.
I'm pretty familiar with Pokemon. I just played. I guess I haven't played it but I had the latest one on what's it now the
Switch.
The Switch. Yeah,
okay.
I haven't gotten the expansions, but no, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed like that was what they introduced this time, the wild area. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm pretty. I beat the game, and I mainly just like the battling aspects of it. Not really a competitive battler, but I would like to see like some more of that community like from there. But how about you?
That is the funnest part, because then you feel like a real trainer.
Yeah. No. Yeah. You do, because it's like, and it's always interesting, because it's interesting. It's interestingly deep meta game that a lot of people like I don't think they're aware of, because they're like, oh, Pokemon, that's just like from a outsider view, it seems kind of simple in terms of it, but it gets real deep, like for sure, just the training aspect of it. Yeah,
and there becomes I don't know. There's spectrums. Like in one of my friends is very like meta the rules.
Yeah.
And I feel like that sort of guides us, but it's also like you have to have fun and
yeah. Oh no, for sure. Yeah, we got fun at anything. That's why you would partake in it
in the first place. Yeah. And then you can't express yourself if you're just like choosing the best team, the logically best team. So you have to choose shit you like.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. That's the fun part. I think so.
Oh no, for sure. I would say it's that mix of because it's a mix of strategy and also fun. Like from there.
Yeah.
Because or else it would just be because if it wasn't, then it'd just be a grind the whole time. and then what's the fight? Yeah. Then just pressing buttons, trying to get that line of code and the ratios to work out like from there. But yeah.
I feel like as far as like nerdy stuff, that's still like shallow waters though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like it's what's deep water. the trenches of the nerdy. Yeah.
The Black Lagoon.
Yeah, the Black Lagoon, Mariana's Trench.
I don't know. Just like MO like magic and stuff like that. Okay. I mean, I'm not into that. Not that I wouldn't, but I feel like
you nerds.
I mean, there's enough nerds in the world to. They've got a strong tribe.
That got magic, yeah.
But yeah, it's because it's time consuming. That's the thing. Yeah, I remember my friend would spend like 3 hours a day trying to get a shiny shiny Pokemon, and it's like I respect it.
I respect. No, that's the thing, dude. I think even with like how many versions I play, I still don't think I probably have, but still only like a handful, or maybe like even like one or two. Like I've encountered like a shiny Pokemon, in the wild. Because I think I forget what the odds are, but it's like real. It's like real, like up there. Because I remember when I first heard about it, and I thought like, oh, that's not real. That's just like a rumor, right? About like different colored Pokemon, and then I was like, oh, okay, that's an actual thing.
What was your first shiny? Do you remember?
No, I don't even know, man. I don't know sure if I captured it. But yeah, like that's the thing because I remember what was the one that was involved in the story? It was like a red Gyarados and like I forget which version. But I thought I was like, oh, that's probably just like I thought that was just I think that's just part of the story. Yeah, gimmick kind of thing. And I don't think I even bothered capturing it. I think I just killed it in the first go around. And then because I think was that like what gold and silver when that was because I think that was back in the days when it was like strategy guides and there was nothing really online like from there. But then I found there's actual shinies like dispersed throughout the game. But I was like, I just don't think I found one like from there.
Yeah, a lot of those things are like you're just doing it for the sake of doing it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That seems too much.
Yes.
Yeah. Play the odds that much. Yeah. It's fun though. Yeah. It kills time.
It kills time.
If you have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that and Yu-Gi-Oh! Are my nerdy ambitions.
Nerdy ambitions, okay.
Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Tournaments. I feel like tournaments are fun to go to. I don't know if you've been to like tournaments of video games or stuff like that.
I've not been in person. I've definitely seen like that on I guess like videos of it, or I am aware. But yeah, have you gone to one recently?
No, but my friends and I had a run of that where we just like every other week would try to find one in Washington and make a trip of it. I mean, we say we go because there's money involved, and we're like, oh, we're gonna earn money, but we're just
money.
Extra fries on the house, guys.
Guys, I got this.
No sweet potato though, just regular.
Hey, man. Onion rings, get the fuck out.
That's as far as it goes.
Yeah.
Usually. I remember once we because we live like 3 hours away. It was a while ago. We drove 3 hours up here to UW. And there was a big tournament. There was like a $30 like entry fee with everything.
Oh shit!
And we all lost immediately.
Was it Smash Bros or what was it?
Yeah, Smash Bros. And we just I remember my friend. He just like sat on some bench like far away and I'm just pondering everything. Why did I pay $50+ to lose?
Yeah. Here I I just think of that what's that Simon and Garfunkel song, just like hello darkness, as he's just he's just staring off.
I didn't want to bother him. I'm like, this is his moment.
He was in like a pensive mood, just like just staring out there.
I don't want to catch that vibe.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's fun. It's its own little world. Yeah, I don't know. I have nothing else to say on that.
Nothing else to say? Yeah. Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much your nerdy shit you do. The Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Smash Bros.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Watch anime?
Yeah. I've seen Death Note.
You've seen Death Note, that's it? Okay.
Yeah, but I'm open to it.
You're open to it? Okay.
Are you into that? Or
I guess like somewhat. I have seen Death Note as well, but I guess not... because that's the thing. There's like levels to everything, right?
Yeah.
I've seen. Let's see. I guess just Shallow Waters in terms of that. I think I've seen like the main ones. Like I think what's the one I've seen? Like My Hero Academia. I've seen that, and I've seen some of Attack on Titan, but not I think I only saw some of the first season.
Same.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, this is all right.
I definitely like the premise.
Yeah. I feel like the premise. I think that happens to me. It's like a lot of like shows. I'll see it and I don't think I don't get hooked in as much as like other people, and then that's just how it goes. Like from there.
Did you not feel it from the get go, or were you just?
No, I was like, oh man, hell yeah, like Titans going in, fucking shit up. But I guess I guess I just enjoyed like other things like more than watching it, and I just didn't bother like finishing it.
That's
like,
true.
From there, I think that's ultimately it.
I feel like anime meanders a lot.
Oh, it like kind of drags on like from that.
Yeah.
Like, you mean?
Or like it gets to anime in terms of like dramatic. I don't know.
No, I kind of see what you mean. Like there's like there's almost like a certain formula that you go about. Like, is that kind of what you're saying, like situation wise, or
maybe some of the drama feels cringy?
Okay.
In terms of like it's not earned or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's like it depends, I guess.
Yeah. I guess it just depends on how it's done. Okay. I guess.
Do you watch it for the ditties?
For the ditties. get those old babies. But no, I do. Let's see. I do remember. Yeah, I think sometimes I'll watch those animes, which is just like fan service. But then there is. I mean, what am I doing? There's porn exists.
Yeah.
So it's like, like this stuff. It's okay, but it's like, I don't know. It's kind of like it's, you know how sometimes you get, I mean, we're talking about like fries, sometimes you get like an onion ring in your fries and you're like, oh man, I like this. but then I go like, well, why don't I just order onion rings? It's like at this point
it's a novelty.
Yeah.
I think as a kid, like on Adult Swim, if you see something like that, you're like, interesting, but then after you're like, this feels weird. But no ditties.
Ditties.
Let's see. I feel like everyone's a Dragon Ball Z person, even if they're not.
Yeah. No, I think that just entered like mainstream. Like it's like for sure. Do you enjoy Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah. It's just so hype all the time.
Yeah. And but now she's talking about meandering. I was like, man, there's a lot of meandering, and there's like, I'm gonna power up next, and you're gonna be done.
That's true.
No, yeah. All right, Spirit Bomb. Here we go.
I know.
The good old plot device to get us on to the next one.
As a kid, you buy it though. You're like,
oh no, for sure. Oh, like it was that like Power Rangers, and until I realized, wait a minute, is this the same episode every time? It's like,
as I don't know, what is it? What was I gonna say? Dragon Ball Z, and it blows your mind every time as a kid though, because like,
oh yeah, for sure.
You're like,
oh no,
my hair's gonna get bigger, and you're like, they did not just make his hair bigger. And
it's like, that's how you know how strong he is.
Oh, but yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's still part of you buys into it though sometimes if you let it.
Yeah. Have you seen any like media lately that's caught your eye, or like any series you're watching?
I'm not a show guy.
Not a show guy.
Seems like a lot of commitment.
Me either. Yeah.
Yeah. I watch movies.
You watch movies? Fun. See any good movies?
I don't know. The Dallas Buyers Club.
Okay, that's the one with the Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah, with the AIDS.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
Hopefully I don't get AIDS ever. That sounds like a bummer. Yeah. I don't know. Horror movies. I'm really into horror movies.
Okay, so would you say that's like one of your favorite genres?
It's always a fun genre.
It's a fun genre.
Yeah.
Okay. Really for me, I don't really watch a lot of horror. I guess I've seen some horror, but horror kind of just becomes a comedy, like to me, just in terms of kind of like, oh man, what's gonna happen next? And it's like boom, like from there, and it's I guess like, what about you? What's the fascination with horror? Like, what's the hook for horror for you?
Well, I don't know. I feel like what really bothers me is like if you go to the movies, like the theaters, and then it's a horror movie, and it's like a somewhat full audience, and people are like laughing or they're not taking it seriously.
Oh no,
because it's like that's the whole point. You're supposed to take it like, why are you trying to be cool? Like it's not real.
It's because I'm scared.
I know, but it's like I don't know.
Yeah,
it just ruins the moment. I don't know.
You like that immersion kind of thing?
Yeah, that's the point.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like that's where horror movies struggle in the theaters. People don't like to take them seriously. Got it.
Yeah. So you're like a horror purist kind of thing. It's like, hey man, if we're here to feel like, I guess like escapism kind of thing. Yeah.
It's not. It's sad that it's come to that. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I think did it? I think, do you remember that franchise Scary Movie?
Yeah.
I hated it.
You hate it? Yeah, because it kind of did like the lampshade kind of thing in terms of, in terms of like laughing at horror, and kind of change the horror in that light.
Yeah.
That's a fly zapper.
Ooh, that one. Yeah. Because like it's funny.
Yeah.
But I feel like the whole like tagline of that series was like, look how not scared we are, which is like, what are you trying to prove? I don't know. So I don't know. I'm just frustrated.
Got it. Frustrated in that sense.
I feel that.
So what's I guess like, what are some of your favorite horror movies?
Let's see. I don't know. I feel like a lot of horror movies do the cult thing. Okay. Which is kind of annoying because how many cults are there?
Yeah, how many? Oh no, this is the death cult for sure.
Yeah.
From here, yeah.
But sometimes they'll do it right. Psychological horrors are always fun.
Okay.
I don't know. Gore is, I don't know, not a big thing.
Got it. So more that psychological sense of horror, like for you.
Tension, yeah. For sure.
Yeah, kind of how the story and the movie creates that tension, like from there.
Yeah. The dread.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have a favorite? Or do you? It doesn't seem like you're into them. Or what do you think?
I'm not really that into them. So I guess like, let's see, favorite kind of horror. Let's see. I think. I remember watching like the first Saw, and I think I enjoyed that just because of the kind of like the minimalism in terms of the horror. Like from there, it was like two guys talking, and then they're trying to figure out how they got there. I enjoyed that aspect. I guess Parasite isn't really a horror, but I guess it's more of like, have you seen that Parasite, the Korean movie? I won't classify that necessarily as horror, but there is, when you said tension, and I was like, oh yeah, there is a lot of tension like that's created from that story, and you're like, there's a lot of, like double face, and like who's gonna get figured out, like from there, that created like a lot of Like I guess I was like invested like afterward, like watching like, oh man, how's this gonna turn out, and like what's gonna happen.
Yeah, for sure.
Like from there. Let's see, I saw Cabin in the Woods, but that might not be. Did you see that one?
I like it. Yeah,
you like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not like scary movie for you, where it's like people trying to laugh at stuff. Yeah.
I mean, it's the whole thing is it's meta, right?
Yeah.
It's which is fair.
Yeah.
I feel like instead of just pointing and laughing.
Instead of pointing and laughing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And it was scary too. I remember. Yeah.
No, because I was like, oh man, damn, like they're gonna die, and then it's like, oh okay, but they are gonna die, but maybe not in the way I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
So no, that was an interesting like turn, like from there. How about you?
I did see Saw recently. It's good. It's it's I think the mystery part is like what gets you into it.
For sure.
Iconic characters, the guy on the tricycle.
Yes.
Let's see. I saw The Invisible Man, which is good. The Lodge.
Okay. The Lodge. I don't think I've seen that or heard of that one. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if people are making horror movies as much. Let's see. I know Michael Bay's making like a horror.
He is
movie about the pandemic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
About the pandemic. Yeah. With explosions and Transformers.
It's supposed. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like RoboCop, because the whole thing is like we're a surveillance state or whatever. That's the premise. So maybe if
what
they
a
were,
premise.
Yeah. Breaking the lid.
Yeah.
Maybe if there were like Transformer cops.
Yeah.
In his lane.
Serve and protect. Yeah.
At the end, the moral is: are cops good?
Question mark.
Dun, dun.
Bum bum bum.
Yeah. I don't know. What has media done during this pandemic? What's gonna happen? I don't know. Like TV shows, movies. How's that gonna? Do you feel like it's gonna last longer? Do you think it's gonna have a? Do you think once this is over, like it's just gonna be like media's gonna be back to where it was?
No, I think it's gonna be. I mean, I think it's gonna be a process of like getting back to things, like as with anything, just because of like the kind of almost like cataclysmic shift that had to happen, like from there. So I mean, I know that there's still things like in terms of like production that, well, I know like for live action anything, like they have to. I mean, they're recording, but there's all these, more like. I guess more delays in production, like for sure. So I think it'll be. I don't think it'll just be like, okay, it's over and now we're back to normal. I think it'll be like a gradual ramping back up to normal, and it just seems like that this back to normal situation seems to get more and more complicated by the day, because now it's like vaccine, but now different strain, and now possibly evolving virus. So who knows, like. How like what normal is even gonna look within like in the coming future, like from there. So I think this state, I would say it is improving, but probably not improving to back to what we think would classify as what it was before, like for a while.
What do you mean?
I would say like it's gonna take way more time than what we think.
Oh, okay.
I'd say, because I just typically when I looking at predictions. I would just always just add time just in case, because it's like there's a bunch of error, and also just things just tend to devolve or just end up getting more complicated.
Bureaucracy.
Yeah, bureaucracy, but I think just the nature, the chaotic sense of nature, like from there, like there's gonna be more complications than what we think, like from there. So not necessarily like looking at it in a bleak way, but just understanding that, hey, it's gonna take more time than just an easy paced solution from there.
Yeah. Are we the only country that's still this behind?
I'm not sure. I don't really follow the news.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
From what I hear in Mexico, it's only like maybe 1 or 2 people in like a village has it, and they fix it. But there's so many people here, I guess, which is unfair to compare. But I don't know, is Canada doing all right?
I think Canada's doing all right. I know I have a friend who allegedly has a Canadian girlfriend. You know how that goes. But, he's trying to visit there. I know there's
a Sears catalog picture.
Yeah. Yeah, no. She works for Getty Images. Like, oh, really? Does she really? Yeah. She's a stock photo model. All right.
And then it turns out she is.
Plot twist. The tension that was created, but so he's has to apply because the borders are closed, so he has to apply to pretty much get like a month-long pass to visit her. Okay. So I think there's like that. Besides, I still think they got like some pretty strict regulations going on there. I know in the Philippines they're all kind of, it's still locked down.
Oh really?
So yeah.
Huh.
Which is So.
People not wearing their masks or what?
No, I think it's just like where I'm from is like Manila, the big city there. So it's just I don't know, just like heavily populated, and the president is real kind of restrictive kind of leader, kind of way, like he has a real strict, well, beforehand he had real strict policies on like drug users, like they would just get shot in the street, like from there. So it's kind of more, so it's kind of totalitarian kind of thing. Not like quite exact dictatorship, but it's like, oh, we're locked down. Oh no, we're locked down. Like right now, no curfews. You can't be out on the street, or who knows what happens to you. So yeah.
Oh really? Curfews too?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, from when I talked to my family there last. Yeah.
Really? How does that work? Like if you're a druggie or a drug dealer or like high?
Oh no! Curfews for like the pandemic wise. Like, you can't stay out. Like you can't stay after like a certain time. Like from there, just to dissuade, public gatherings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Whereas for the druggies, like if you're a drug user, you can be shot.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that up to the discretion?
Exactly. So then you can just say, or not even there would also just be street militias essentially. That would just shoot people and they go like, yeah, they were drug users. I'm like, okay, cool.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. No worries here. Yeah.
We need a vigilante.
No. Vigilante justice. Yeah. V for vigilante. Yeah.
A lot of people seem to I don't know what your Twitter relationship is, but I feel like a lot of people been hating on Batman recently.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, really? I don't think I've seen that trending on Twitter. But what's the? Let's see. What has been trending on me for Twitter? No, I don't think I've seen that. But I do kind of see. Yeah, I do kind of understand. Like talk about how he's just a rich guy that goes around and punches poor people. Like essentially, like how about you? What's your viewpoint on the Batman?
I mean, I disagree with that philosophy on principle.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes. No, same.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. He's I don't know. Maybe he does support some charities in this fictional world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just the coolest hero, right? I don't know.
Do you? No, I respect his like
philosophy.
Yeah, his philosophy, and then like I enjoy the adventures for sure, like him like punching other maniacs, but I enjoy like the lore and the battles between like Batman and his villains. Yeah, I enjoy those stories, like for sure. But I don't know, I also enjoy like other superheroes and their tales and their adventures, like from there. Like, do you read like comics, or do you follow like superheroes? No.
I tried to get into comics, but it's like
it's a lot to get into.
It's demanding.
Yeah.
I don't know. Favorite superhero? Do you have one there?
Yeah, I like. Let's see. I like the standard ones. I like Spider-Man.
For sure.
Let's see who else I like. I like Moon Knight. I think that's interesting. Moon Knight he's like Marvel's. Let's see he's like a. So he has like a dual personality, like kind of thing, where he has a normal person, and then there's like a Moon Knight like personality that's essentially like a crazy person, like kind of thing. So that's
like the Hulk a bit.
Kind of, but like the way it manifests itself is that in his mind are his alter egos like essentially fighting for control, like of who's in control.
Does he have several, or just?
I think he's got like several voices, but there's like mainly like the Moon Knight personality and then his regular personality.
Oh, so he's like a wild card sort of thing?
Kind of like a wild card kind of thing.
That's cool. Huh.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. I like let's see, who's another superhero I like. I like Wolverine,
okay,
Deadpool.
Sure.
It's just pretty standard ones. I like the let's see, on DC. I enjoyed the Teen Titans. I thought I thought that was real good. I enjoyed what else for DC. I enjoyed
Robin's a good character.
I enjoyed Robin and just like him, struggling being a teenager and then also being a superhero kind of thing. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed that kind of aspect. But how about you, man? Did you follow any other?
The thing is, I'm mostly like a DC.
Mostly DC.
Yeah, but there's like so many, like their whole thing I feel like is multiverses.
Yeah, like a lot. Yes.
Yeah. So there's just so many. It's like hard to know does this count? I don't know.
Yeah, is this real? I like Batman Beyond. I really enjoyed that.
Okay, for sure. I think that's his. I don't know what his backstory is, but I know real Batman's in there too.
Yeah, so real Batman's in there. It's in like 50 years or something in the future where Batman has to retire, so he's a protege. Mm-hmm. Batman, he's like in a futuristic bat suit. It's like it's almost like an Iron Man kind of suit because he has like not jetpack, but he has like propellers on his boots. So he can pretty much fly. Like, there you go, propulsion. Yeah, so it's like if Batman had an Iron Man suit and then he's like he got an HUD and all that.
Okay.
He sees the future. Yeah.
Huh.
I enjoy that aspect of Batman. Yeah.
I like the costume for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are we on time? I don't know how to continue.
Oh, we're good. We probably got about 10 more minutes.
Okay. Sure.
Anything else you want to talk about before we tune out? Yeah. Promoting your social media shit. Yeah.
I feel like Twitter's the thing.
Yeah.
I am Sean Kingston at I am Sean Kingston.
Because I remember seeing that, like, man, am I following Sean Kingston? And then I was like, wait. So how did that come about? What made you choose that handle of the I am Sean Kingston?
It was a phase, I think. I like
what the guan?
Exactly. JR. Yeah, my roommates and I bought a CD, and it's catchy, but it's so meme worthy.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Sean Kingston took the at Sean Kingston handles.
Well, Sean, why are you so selfish?
He's ahead of the game. But what the guan?
Yeah.
That's Jamaican, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with his work?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
It's like beautiful girls, eeny meeny, with Justin Bieber. Let's see what else? Like, show you the slums where killers hang from.
Take you
man.
there.
Yeah, take you there. Yeah. No, man. I know Sean Kingston.
Okay.
I guess.
I was hoping that'd get me a surge of followers that think they're following Sean Kingston. But I think they figured it out. He came to my hometown, actually.
Okay. He did.
Yeah, at the Yakima County Fair.
Okay.
And, I think no one was buying into it, though, because he had a professional hype man.
Okay.
And he was like, everybody scream, and everyone would just kind of like meander. And it's like, damn.
Everyone scream, I am Sean Kingston.
That must be a cool job, though. Be a hype man,
professional hype man.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of pressure, though, because what if you're like that and no one gets hyped? If you just bomb as a hype man.
How do you train? What are the open mics for that?
Yeah. All right, get your hands up. That's what we need. We need open mic hype man. Oh shit. Oh man.
He just looks in the mirror. He's like, "What if I don't feel hype? How do I fake it?"
He didn't. It's like the clown. It's like the sad clown. Like, I mean, I make them laugh, but who do I? Who makes me laugh? It's like the hype man goes like, I go in there and I make them hype, but who makes me hype? Hype man blues.
Ooh. Yeah.
Oh.
Like, character.
Yeah.
Oh man. Not anyone can do it.
Yeah. Oh. Who else will be there to tell them to put their hands up? Like, can't wait. Like, they
and
just
mean
don't
it.
Care. He's like putting on his war paint. It's like the few, the proud, the hype man.
He's got like addiction problems.
Yeah, but what would he be addicted? It's just some like, he's got like performance enhancing drugs to make his voice sound like louder.
Oh, okay.
So, like, from that, yeah. Like, oh no.
Clear the sinuses.
Yeah, clear. Yeah.
That could be like a movie, like a Bohemian Rhapsody type movie, but with the hype man.
Yeah. One man, his desire. Yeah.
The unspoken hero. Oh man.
They always say don't believe the hype. But you have to believe the hype man. His tale.
That's perfect.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Yeah, so you got the I am Sean Kingston on the Twitter, and I guess
yeah, for sure.
On the Twitter, because people use Twitter for like a bunch of shit, but like, what do you mainly use it for? No.
It's just trying to make jokes, but it's hard to have original thoughts.
Yeah, you're like seeing what are these other people doing?
Yeah. And I feel like Twitter has a very like plug and play sort of like joke sort of way, and I feel like if I try to do that, it's bad or it comes off as fake. Yeah,
like kind of ingenuine.
Yeah,
From there. Yeah,
I don't know how you treat that, or you just. I feel like the way to go is just do whatever, right?
Yeah, I think the way. Yeah, it goes back to what we were saying. Just do what you enjoy. But yeah, I like to go on Twitter, just see like, okay, what are people thinking about, and then see if I can respond, like from there. Like, yeah, because there's like there's a lot of serious stuff going around, but there's always there's some funny angles. You can look at stuff.
Yeah,
like from there.
You're a good Twitter user because I feel like you always hype people up, or you like you engage.
Yeah,
I feel like that's very supportive. Yeah,
man. I think that's the thing, because I think so often there's like kind of opposite. There's like people like call, hey, no, you're wrong, and you're gay. It's like
mic drop.
Yeah, mic drop. No, it's always incredible, like how much like. It's incredible to me. I mean, because I know it's real, but just how much hate there is like online on shit. It's like, no, you're wrong, and which is always so funny to me because it's
doesn't matter.
Yeah, it really doesn't, because no one's ever like gone away from a argument on internet. You know what? That guy had a point. I'm gonna change my whole life. It's like that has never happened,
I am
like,
a douche.
Yeah, like no one goes like, you know what? That guy raised a lot of good points, and I'm really gonna change my mind on this subject.
I trust his judgment.
Yeah. I'm sure his sources are all valid, and he made some good points, like from there. Yeah, like I don't think no one. Yeah, I highly doubt anyone's mind has ever been changed, like from like a Twitter or like an online argument.
Yeah, everything's just kind of a clapback or a clapback to a clapback.
Yeah. Just comes like bow, 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 bow. Where it's like, what was even the point?
I feel like faves are just like people going ooh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like the people in. It's like the social saying, like, oh.
Fight.
Yeah. And a retweet is just you saying what that person said. Like, oh, man, did you hear what he just said?
Check it out.
Yeah,
They're fighting over here. You're a fighter, right? So were you like what got you into that? Were you a fighter always?
Yeah, I was involved in like combat sports like pretty young. Like I started learning how to box when I was like 5 years old, and then began did wrestling as a sport, like when I was 10, and then yeah, just always been involved in sports that were essentially like combat nature. And then I was like, man, I would like to do like more of that kind of one-on-one like combat sense. So then did kickboxing and then grappling, Muay Thai. Just started, pretty much did all the combat sports like that were available. So yeah, that's just always been part of my life. And yeah, I enjoyed Dragon Ball Z, other anime kind of shit. I was like, well, the only way you get better is you gotta fight other people. So
that's true.
That's kind of how I looked about it, like from there. So yeah.
Do you feel like that helps you personally?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Just in terms of just I think understand that physical hardships aren't that bad. Because then it makes like the mental stuff like, well, the mental stuff. Because I would realize that the hardest thing when it comes to fighting isn't even like the person you're fighting. It's like you getting in the way of yourself, like from there. So the true obstacle is yourself. So getting out of your own way helps in that avenue, and I think in any avenue of life. So like back to like how I would relate that to comedy, I'm like, it doesn't really matter if I bomb or not, because it's an ongoing process to get better, from there. So it's not that bad. So it's definitely helped my mentality in that kind of regards, where it's like, I mean, as I've written on that board, it's like the beatings will continue until morale improves. It's like physical hardships don't really matter, and I look at like mental hardships not really mattering.
Okay.
In that same kind of way, because it's a matter of because I know that kind of pressure is needed for you to get better, like from there. Because if you don't feel like induction or some kind of pressure to change, then you won't. Like from there. So I kind of welcome that that conflict.
Okay.
That kind of conflict and that kind of I guess clapbacks from there.
Sure.
So yeah, I'd say like in my mind. Yeah.
I feel like the thing is you gotta like you gotta feel up for them, right? Up for the conflicts.
Yeah.
I feel like
I think it's just seeking out. The way I think about it is like seeking out being uncomfortable, because I understand that when I'm uncomfortable, that's when I have to grow, and then that's where the growing phase. Because like it's that fine balance of like being comfortable with being uncomfortable. Like it's a fine balance of like, because if you get like too uncomfortable, then you kind of get too discouraged. But then if you're so comfortable, then you don't have to change anything.
You
like
get worse sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Because you get stagnated, like from there. Yeah.
A big head. How do you feel like in fighting? You say like you get in your own way. Like, how do you recognize that, or like how do you overcome that? Do you feel like?
I guess like overcoming it is just going back to like enjoying it, like from there, going back to like focusing on the process, on just doing the thing. Because the way I see it, it's you don't want to over focus on like what you're doing. You just gotta do it. I mean, it seems so simple when you say it like that, but what I mean by like when you're like, let's say when you're running, right, you're not focusing I step what's you don't do that. You just like you're just running. You just let your body go ahead and do it. Like from there, you're not over focused on like I move my arm this way and then I move my arm this way and then I move my arm this way. Like from there, you kind of not necessarily turn the brain off, but you trust yourself to do it right, and then you just go like from there. So that's kind of how, I mean, people talk about flow state and getting getting to a groove of things. That's kind of how I define that. It's trusting your mind and body to work together, where you don't have to necessarily like narrate or dictate like how it goes. So that's how I say getting out of your own way, like from there.
Instinct?
Yeah. Trusting your instincts.
Okay.
From there.
Ultra Instinct Goku.
Yeah, Ultra Instinct Goku. Yeah. Super Saiyan God. Yeah.
Fucking Yeah, I don't know. I think that's like an important thing to do, like routinely. Just get into that state.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Or else you're like you forget how to do that.
Exactly. Because it's like it's a practice, like anything. You know? Because if you never do it, then how are you going to get better at it?
Yeah, and then I feel like you never trust yourself if you never get into that state.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I don't know. Fighting is. I considered boxing just because it seems like a good start. Like it's just
a pretty good start.
but I don't know. Do you feel like you said you started it early? Do you feel like you still remember sort of like what boxing and wrestling is about, or do you feel like you're more into what you're doing now, martial arts?
No, I still remember what it's all about. It's like it's a matter of like the way I see it. It's always understanding like where you're coming from and where you're going, but the important thing is what you do now, like from there. So it's always, I think it's good to reflect and it's good to take a look ahead on what you're trying to build, but what's most important is what you're doing right now. So I'm really thankful that I was able to like get involved in those things like individually, because now I can see like collectively what they can do in a more combined setting. But understanding like where they started helps me in like progressing them forward like from there. So it's understanding like where the bottom rung of the ladder is, and then how I got up there is still important, like that pathway of progression. But now I would feel like I have a better understanding for sure of how, to get somebody else, because it's both like when it's like training other people and training yourself, it's like understanding how you trained yourself to get to a certain point and how you're going to transfer that skill into other people. It's like you're not transferring the skill, you're transferring the ability to obtain skills to other people, like from there, because they teach themselves, you're just guiding them towards getting it.
Okay. Yeah, you can't teach. Can lead a horse to whatever.
Yeah, you can lead a horse to whatever, but it's like, I can't like, all right, all my knowledge, boom, like that. That's not gonna do you any good, because that's like, it's not yours. You have to make it your own before you actually do it. From there, like, this happens all the time. You can hear someone else's advice, but just you don't necessarily take it. And even if you do, you don't understand like where that advice necessarily is going. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
How much they're like seeing it.
Yeah, how much they're seeing it, like, or also why and what is it. It's not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily exist in a vacuum, because their other life experiences contributed to that worldview.
That's fair.
Like from there. Yeah.
Huh.
Let's see. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Should I keep going?
No, we can call it good here. I think we're about to like run out of film soon.
Okay.
But yeah, man, let's call it a good thing. Thanks for your time. Say your name again for people so they know who you are.
Can I promote something?
Yeah, promote. Go ahead, promote the shit out of stuff.
Aristeo. My Twitter is @IamSeanKingston. My friend and I are starting a podcast called El Coyote y la Mula.
Oh, what the hell's that mean? Yeah.
It's available on all platforms. It's like we're trying to go for the Mexican radio disc jockey sort of vibe.
Nice.
Coyotes are people who like carry illegals across the border.
Okay.
And then mules are people who carry drugs across the border.
Oh, cool.
So we just thought it was a funny.
So it's you and your dweeb friends doing that?
Just me and my one dweeb friend.
One dweeb friend.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we're just talking like we normally do, but hopefully there's an audience. We'll see.
Nice. I guess we should have spent more time talking about that, but yeah.
We just started, so
yeah. Okay.
As long as I get it out there.
How can people like find it?
We're trying to get on all platforms. Spotify. Trying to make a YouTube channel. Just, everywhere. Trying to put it everywhere.
Cool.
Yeah. But I really had fun here.
Is episode 1 up now, or can people reach it? Oh no, that wasn't strong. Yeah.
The thing is, we're still like testing the waters, so I don't know if I want to commit to like a setup.
Okay.
So we just have our like USB mics, so the audio is whatever. But
yeah, that's how I started. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
But it's audible.
Nice.
You can hear it.
Audible.
That's the bare minimum.
Yes.
So, yeah. I had fun here though. Yeah.
Cool, man.
Fun stuff.
All right. Cool. Check it out. So you're I am Sean Kingston, and then I guess we don't need to commit to whatever your podcast is, but it's somewhere out there.
El Coyote y la Mula, if you have a second. But
yeah.
All right.
All right. That's all. And bye, everybody.